Like having misses in corner and cabin, it's just constantly into you.
Yeah.
But not as bad. No.
Bit of backseat driving.
Right folks, we continue our little look around a Caverland group demo event that they're holding near Shrewsbury. As you may have seen in a couple of other episodes from the same event, we've had a good look at a latest set of Caverland butterfly mowers. We've had a look at a new rock merger. So if you haven't seen those already, go check those 2 episodes out. But now, we're in the Vicon corner with Mr. Mike Howell from the Vicon brand, who's got lots of updates to your FastBale non-stop round baler. And been out for a little bit now, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. You first drove this in 2017, I think.
That's it,
yeah.
in a former life I drove this.
You did?
So, for those that have been living in a cave basically, talk us through the machine, because it is a non-stop round baler in its truest sense of the phrase. So, yeah, how's it work?
Right, okay. So what we have 2 bale chambers. We have our main chamber there and our pre-chamber there. The pre-chamber is 2/3 of the size of the main chamber. Then we have our rotor here, which is an 800mm rotor, because we have a rotor that size because it's got to transport the crop either up here or that way there. And then we have a transfer system, which is made up of the scraper for the rotor and a panel on the back of the drop floor that work in tandem, and they direct the crop either into your main chamber or into your pre-chamber, depending on where the crop needs to go to. So when we first start, that'll be empty, that will be facing that way into the main chamber. So you start baling, then as you're baling, the pressure grows. Then we have a traffic light system on the control box: green, amber, red. That'll start off green, and this will be greyed out because there's no crop going into there. Nothing's happening in the pre-chamber at the moment. As the pressure builds, it'll go amber, then it goes red, something's going to happen. And as you see the dotted line, that means the net is going on.
That's its dotted line here, right?
Yeah, the net's going on.
Net's gone on there.
Just as the net starts to go on, the transfer system then clicks forward, so that's your scraper and your panel, change direction, and your crop goes into here. This goes from grey to green because you're now using the pre-chamber, and then during that process your net has then gone around and is finished, and then that would be a solid white line. Then as soon as that's finished, tailgate opens, drops the bale into the wrapper, which is in this lower position, which is the sort of position where it is to collect the bale. Tailgate up, hits the bale out centre there, tells the tailgate to shut, and then as the wrapper's lifting, it starts to wrap, and then whether it's 4, 6 is the general amount, but 8 layers maybe, then wraps it, lowers back down to this position, then it pivots around these 2 points here, lifts up this whole frame, then lifts up, and then the bale drops straight down onto the floor.
That's it.
Now,
during
the wrapping process,
during all that,
you started off green in here,
yeah.
You've now gone amber, you've now gone red. So something's going to happen. This one is greyed out at the moment.
Yeah.
This one's gone red.
Because that one, the one at the back, at this moment, is now empty.
Yeah. This one's full, then it opens up, and these 3 rollers here form the gap that crop goes from there to there. So you'll see the pre-chamber lift up behind you in the cab, and then it'll close down, then this will go to grey, and that'll go to green, because the crop has then transferred, and you start all over again.
Clever stuff, isn't it?
It is.
There is some clever stuff.
Yep.
And these rollers in the middle, they're shared between 2 chambers.
They are.
It's really
that's
clever.
it. They form obviously the back of the back of the pre-chamber, the front of the main chamber.
And there's only really, I know lots of people have tried these non-stop balers in the past. There's only yours that's still going though, isn't there?
There is. Yeah, there is. Yeah, because it's a twin chamber, system. With your transfer and your gap there that the crop goes through, drops onto the wrapper, and then what you're looking for is 1, 2, 3. So roughly, when that's dropped a bale off your wrapper.
Yeah.
4 or 5 seconds later, a bale comes out of there.
Yeah.
And then 10 seconds later, out of there, into
Boom.
there. Then you're in the cycle.
That
1,
one's
2,
away.
3.
What I love about this, if I remember the story rightly, going back in the day, quite a few years ago now.
It is now.
This was just designed and built in a shed, wasn't it?
The first one
Sort
was
of.
yeah. The first one was built in a shed just outside Nantwich.
Yeah.
In Cheshire.
That's the amazing thing about this.
Yeah. And then from there, it's now produced in our factory in Italy, and it's worldwide now.
Right. So that is your FastBale in a nutshell. Let's dive into the bits that have changed since what, 2016.
Yep.
We're now in 2024. You've not been resting on your laurels.
No, we've not.
What have you done to it? Let's start. We'll go front to back because there's a good dozen changes almost.
Yeah, there is. Well, first off, the hydraulics now, everything apart from the picket wheel is on LS, which has allowed us to incorporate more features, which we'll look at on the control box in a bit. We've changed the design of the drawbar. We've made it wider to give us a better turning circle.
Right. So it's wide. Whereabouts is it wider at the
in
back
here?
end?
In here. Yeah, it's
Right.
wider in there. Okay,
Right.
and obviously deeper as well.
Right. So this bit down here, this bit's still the same.
Pretty much the same,
Yeah.
but she's wider, and then the links would have been underneath. Then.
Oh, so it's giving you a better turning circle
Yeah.
because the PTO's got
Yes,
more space
more
to
space,
play.
more space to
Right.
move. Yeah, so
Right.
she's wider in the throat there.
Got you. So that's your drawbar, right?
We've got
that's two. Go on,
two,
count
yeah,
them
two.
up. Count them up,
We've
everybody.
got a new
That's two.
crop press roller.
Yeah.
It's just like simple things like a disc on there, so that if that comes into contact with that, it'll keep spinning. It's
Yeah.
just little things like that.
Fine tuning it, isn't it?
We've changed the pickup bands. They're now 4mm wider, and the tines are 10mm longer, so that there's less chance of crop getting taken down into the centre of the reel.
Yeah.
We've still got the twin can tracks. We've still got 5 time bars. We've still got 4 support bearings per time bar.
Yeah.
So she's ready to go. Right. Drop floor.
Drop floor.
Right. I'll just lift the guard up
Lift that.
out of the way.
Lift your funky graphics out of
Aye. Yeah. We've now got a cassette style drop floor that you can see here. So as you see, we can just pull it straight out the side.
Yeah.
On the control box, there's a button you press that actually brings the scraper back, takes the deflector plate forward, and then those two lock together, and the drop floor goes down to this position
Completely
here.
comes out.
Yeah. Then you've got 2 linch pins. Take those out. Then you just pull the cassette
That's it.
right out. Then you can lift and lower your blades here for maintenance, for taking your blades out.
So just while you stood there, just roll it in,
Yeah.
back out again. Just show,
goes in like
show the
that.
boys and girls how easy it is.
Like that.
Just that.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. So you can roll them out now for maintenance because they would have been in position before, wouldn't
Yeah,
they?
they
Would
were
have been a
underneath
bit
before.
tricky, you might
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But
I
now
mean, we've
it's-
made it as operator friendly as we possibly can.
Right.
Yeah.
So how many knives can you have in this then?
Well, there's 25 in total, but you can break it down. You can have 6, 12, 13 or 25, and you select your number of knives just by pulling that handle out there and rotate it round. You've a decal there that corresponds with a series of holes in there, and then you just turn it round and select.
Right. So you've got to get out to do that.
You've got to get out to do that.
You've not added that bit yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I love
Yeah.
that. Not
Yeah,
yet.
not yet. Film on film. We've now got film on film on board
Yeah.
as well. Uses the same system. All you do, you tell the machine it's a net and film machine, and then you can cycle between the two, net or film. It's exactly the same system. We don't have to take any rollers out or add
Go on,
anything
show
to.
us around the front.
Yeah,
Can we get around the front? Oh, of course, of course.
It's up there.
I'm thinking of a conventional baler, and then it's here.
Hey,
But it's not there because it's
not.
over here.
it's up here.
Right, it's up there, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the front of this chamber is obviously
Because
it's up there.
the net system sits on the top of the pre-chamber and then goes up
Yeah,
with
hence why you've got this funky mechanism
Yes, that's
that folds
right.
out.
If you remember that,
It's all coming back to me now, Mike.
yeah, because that drops down, and then you're actually loading your roller net
Yeah.
here, and then you work the hydraulics there, and this cradle goes
That's it. It
up.
just goes up, doesn't it,
Then
hydraulically?
you roll
Slide it up.
either your net or your film in. The only thing you've got to do with a roller net, when you load it, if you have the net onto the loose end onto your legs when you put it on, with the film it's the opposite way around because it comes off the roll differently to go
Goes
through
a different way.
Yeah, and then we've got groupers up there. It's the same knife, it's the same rollers in effect.
Yeah.
we just have the addition of the groupers.
Yeah, how do you manage sort of the film tension? Because I know that's been a challenge with a lot of manufacturers doing this film.
There's a brake pad that actually comes down on a roller
Yeah.
that is pushing onto the roller film.
Yeah.
So that's how we alter the
You
tension.
can just manage it away.
Yeah, and you adjust the amount of pressure from the control box. There's a brake motor up there that's pushing down onto the.
And is
roll.
it getting? Well, of course we know it's getting more popular with the
It
film
is,
on film.
it is,
So
yeah.
hence why you've had to.
Yeah.
You've got to cater for that, haven't you?
You have, yeah. So film on film, we've got that now.
Tick, boom, it's another one. Keep
Another
them
one.
counting. Keep coming, Mark. Come on.
Yeah.
What else we got?
We have new film dispensers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've made them lighter, and we've got external bearings on them now, so it's even more maintenance friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a new roller in the back there, a like segmented roller, if you will, to give us more grip on.
Give you a bit
on
of bite
bales.
to get the bell turning. Because
Yeah.
what was that one like? Was that one like?
It was like that
Like
one.
that one?
Yeah, but it would have been 3 individual pieces of rubber,
Right.
not a solid.
Yeah. And was that 3 individual pieces as well?
Originally, yes, it was.
Yeah, all right. So
Yeah.
they both had a bit of a tweak. These
Yeah. So
rolls.
what are we on now? 7.
Yeah.
Changes,
So that's
maybe?
7 or 8. I'm losing
Yeah,
track now. So
yeah.
that's 2 there already in quick
Yeah.
succession. Right.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Yeah, and then
Keep on coming.
yeah. So we've got, as I say, we're now on LS hydraulics. So under this guard, we've got the valve chest.
Yeah.
But because we're now on LS, we can add more features that we'll have a look at on the control box, and then that'll really rack up your changes count there.
Right. Right. So we've got the big screen here. What do you call this?
This is our Telus Pro split screen control box. Camera on the back looking at the wrapper, and because we've got the film on film, we have an additional camera looking into the bale chamber.
All right. So you can keep an eye on.
Yeah, which we leave on all the time anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, now then,
Now then, come on.
because we're on LS, these 3 here come into play. That one at 90% just gives the density system an extra squirt just to make sure the pressure's on there. Yeah. That one we can have a cleaning cycle on the blades, so every, I think it's 30 bales or so, the blades will come up and down just to
All right. Just wipe themselves clean.
yeah, wipe themselves clean. And then that one at 90% of your bale size in the main chamber, it'll drop the blades down. So
Just about to ask you that. Can you
Yeah.
do that? And
yeah,
there you go.
there
it
you
can.
go. So and it's
That
literally
knew that as well.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
new. So it's literally just tick on and off like that.
Yeah.
And then these are just various settings like beepers and etc. on your control
Yeah.
box. So there you go. So because we've gone to the LS, you can get all those additional features.
Yeah.
So press that unlock key. We're now into the main body of your screen.
Which is what you'd be watching.
Yeah, when you're baling. So when you that's your, as I mentioned earlier, that's greyed out because when we start up, it's going to go into the main chamber. It starts green, then it goes amber, then it goes red, and then you'll see that crop float will be pulsing, your pickup reel will be going, and then that crop flow will go that way, and that will go green. Yeah, then that'll start off with a dotted line, solid line when it's finished. Then it'll drop from there to there, and it'll be a green bale when it drops in there, and when it's finished wrapping, it's white.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that'll be amber, red, and then you'll see it transfer into your main chamber. That's manual start for your net. That's to put your knives in. That's to use your drop floor. That one is manual auto on your net, and you got the A there, so we're on auto. We're now on manual.
Right.
Okay. That comes into play when you maybe want to finish the field off, which we'll
That's it. Yeah.
come on to. That's auto drop or manual drop in a nice flat field. Just put it on auto drop and away to go. And then you're back on manual drop. If you're on manual drop, you have to press that button to actually drop your bale off. But at any point during the wrapping cycle, if you're on manual, if you press that button, as soon as it's finished wrapping, it will then drop the bale for you.
Right.
Okay. Move across. We have these extra screens now. That one turns your pre-chamber off. So if you want to finish the field empty, on your next to last swath, just look how many bales you've made. Then on your last swath, turn that on, and then as you're baling, when you reach density in there, a big stop sign will come on the screen, and then it'll net the bale, drop the bale out, close the tailgate, and then you stop screen.
You go into conventional mode, basically.
In effect, yeah.
Right.
But then if you want to, if it says, you know, stop, you know, and you've got another 4 or 5 meters to go, if you've put your net onto manual, just sit and wait for a few seconds. It'll compress the bale, and then you sneak the last little bit in.
Squeeze it.
Dab your net button, it nets it, and then you can leave the field empty. Yeah. And then you pull up at the head side, pull your cassette out, airline it down, and then you're off to your next job. So yeah, and then obviously because you'll want pre-chamber on when you're baling. Yeah. So there you go. So a lot of those features we've now been able to add because we've gone to LS on the hydraulics, as you say, and the new drop floor. It's a
cool. You've been quietly busy.
We've been busy.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, Mike, that is controls done and dusted, and cracking walk round as ever of the FastBale and all its updates. So, next job, dip it in some grass.
Yeah.
See what happens there.
Right.
It has been drizzling a bit, well, more than drizzling to be fair. So we'll see what happens. We'll be brave. We'll have a go.
We're nothing but brave.
Exactly. Or stupid, won't it? So, ladies and gents, all that coming up in a few moments. Don't go away.